All right, all right, all right. We are back. We are on the Bergmoor map on the Pitesdorf farm. That's not right. On the Gottfried farm. Anyhow, this is our brewery. We got some more beer going. Yeah. So if you recall, in the last episode, we did sell a bunch of beer. So we're finally starting to see some profit on the farm, which is awesome. And also, if you've been following along, you know that we had some technical difficulties on episode 9, in which we lost the video for most of the episode, 20 minutes or so. Yeah, that, that's great. Uh, what happened was that we record on our gaming PC, and then we put the videos on a thumb drive and we transfer them to another computer, in which we do our video editing and our rendering and that sort of thing, and our uploading to YouTube. And well, I messed up and had it in my head that we just don't need to keep any of I would delete the files off of the gaming PC, the raw video files, as soon as I put them on the thumb drive, and then as soon as I copied them over to the other machine, I was immediately deleting them off of the thumb drive. And yeah, well, some of those didn't get copied from the thumb drive uh, to the editing computer, and yeah, we lost them. So we have a new process to eliminate that from happening. They don't. We have a folder on the gaming PC where hard drive space really isn't that big of an issue, so we'll just keep some on there for a while. We'll just move them into a folder that says that they have been transferred, and yeah, we'll just keep a backup of them going for a little while, so that don't happen. But it's not really a big deal. You didn't really miss anything. Uh, Probably me just rambling about nothing really important, and yeah, harvesting or planting a field, I think, is what we were doing. So I didn't talk about that on episode 10 because we already had that one in the can, so to speak. We had already recorded that episode as well. So we are on episode 11 is what we are actually recording right now. So what we are going to do this episode is this field here, field 27, since it's such a weird shape, Farmer Jake and I decided, we had a little talk, that we were going to use this field as our orchard field. This is where we are going to plant some trees for our orchard. So we are going to prep that today. We're probably not going to plant any trees yet today, because the way I want to do it, I don't want it to be a dirt field. Uh, I want it to be a grass field, and so what we're going to do is we're going to use, with the assistance of GPS, and we are going to plant some grass strips today, which will, we're going to do like every other or every third row, which will give us a good guideline to place the trees when we come to that point. and I want to be able to cultivate the grass so that they are not, so that it's not tall grass, at least in the rows where the trees are planted. And maybe that sounds a little bit nitpicky, but that's just the way that I want to do it. So, but before we do that, and by the way, Farmer Jake is not on the farm today. He did not feel like farming today. He is sitting right here telling me what I need to do, but he, he's not actually farming. So we're going to take care of some sort of background work, if you will, today, and some not so interesting tasks that need to get done. And one of the things we're going to do is I decided to sell off some equipment. Um, and what we're going to sell is this Model A truck with the mixer bed on it. We haven't used it yet. It came with the farm, and you know, we're using our brewery is making TMR as a byproduct of brewing beer, and we've been making TMR in the silage bunker, so we really don't need the mixer truck. And the point of selling this stuff that came with the farm that we're not really utilizing, like after taking over the farm that I thought we might, is just to get a little money in the bank. We want to buy uh, we want to upgrade our trucks because with the brewery we do a lot of trucking, and we can get a much larger water tank. One of the things we have to truck a lot of is water. The brewery consumes a lot of water. So yeah, we're going to get rid of this truck, and we're going to get rid of this tractor, which we have not used yet at all, and this little bitty water tank. So, and we will use that money to we'll sell that. We'll sell that. And then when we're ready to, we'll have a little bit of money to buy our new truck. So we'll jump back in the MB here and see if we can't figure out what we want to do. Let's see. I think the course play should be, yeah, relatively set up. I think it's close to the right width because we were working in this field. And the thing is, I haven't done enough stuff with the orchards. I really don't know how much space we need to leave, so that would be the third one. Too late, bud. It's gone. 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. I think that would be like, maybe we'll just go on this end row. We'll come into here. And hopefully that'll be enough there to do what we want to do. And then if we go 3, hopefully it won't be crowding that row there up against the water. But 3 in between, we should have plenty of room to drive down there. So let's see, we'll set it to grass, and then if we, I think it's B. Yeah, there we go. I guess we can get rid of that. So yeah, we're gonna decided we're gonna do the orchard, and as I mentioned before, we're keeping this map kind of geared toward things maybe we wouldn't normally do or haven't normally done before on other maps. So we have the brewery. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. And then we have the. Is it this? Yeah, this one. So we get lined up. We got the brewery going. We're gonna do an orchard. We're not gonna plant yet today. I do have another idea for the direction we might take this map a little bit, but I need to do a little bit more research, and it might have a little bit of influence on what kind of trees we actually end up putting in our orchard. So yeah, but it stays along the lines of this farm not being focused strictly on field work. Some different things, geared around the UPK mod, which is pretty cool. It's really one of the really cool things about not playing the vanilla game, if you will, is what mods like UPK extend to the game. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. We'll lock that on. So this map, we're going to try and utilize some of those things outside of what we would normally do in most situations on the map. I've done some of those things before on the map. I've done the brewery. I've done a little bit of orchard. I've done some greenhouses, but somehow when the map is has the large fields, and it's just really geared towards agriculture type tasks, I tend to even though I say I want to do all those things on the map, I tend to stay drawn towards the field work. So, and with this map being something that Farmer Jake and I are doing together, he is only 7, so he does have sort of a limited attention span. So this map works out really great for that because the fields are small. We can harvest them and do the field work together, and it doesn't take hours and hours and hours just to harvest one field. So, and with doing with adding some of the brewery and some of the other UPK function, it really adds more tasks that need to be completed outside of just the field work, which I think is good. And this is a perfect kind of farm to add those things to, I think, because the fields are small. You don't get sucked into spending a ton of time on those things. I'm glad we're finally seeing some profit on this map, or on this farm. It seems like, in a way, like it's taken forever to get that point, and it seems like it's taken longer than on other maps, but I think that that is really only because we are breaking up our playing sessions into um, more or less half-hour sessions, which is that which is a lot different from what I usually do. Usually I get sucked in and kind of binge play, if you will, and play for hours on end, and haven't really done that on this as much, so maybe that's why it seems like it's taken so long. But I guess this is, yeah, episode 11, so in reality I guess it probably hasn't. We still are only on day 4 in game time on the map, so yeah, that's not really very much time at all, to be honest. So we're just gonna clean up that little line right there. Just like I said, it just kind of seems that way because it's such a different way of playing, with doing the recording and that kind of thing. But in a way, I kind of like that. It does slow down the pace a little bit, and makes it something different. I guess Jake and I started playing this game. I guess it's been a couple years ago. We got it on the I guess it was the 2013 version on the Xbox. The Xbox 360 is what we first started playing on. I wonder if I should just go all the way up here and plant some. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'll leave a little script. So yeah, we started playing on the Xbox 360. Yeah. Yeah, Jake started it. He picked out the game, and I thought, how much fun could a farming game possibly be? So he had it even for a few months and had started playing, and then I kind of saw him playing, and he asked me for some help, and then yeah, that's really when the addiction began. So we put in quite a few hours on I think this odd little area over here. I'm just gonna go ahead and plant in grass, because we have been cutting through here. Well, I'll just leave it alone for now. So yeah, we put a lot of hours into our game. We were playing Westbridge Hills, I think, on 2013 on the Xbox, and we had put a ton of time into that game, and we had been working hard and trying to save our money and earn our money so that we could buy all the cool equipment that we wanted. And then all of a sudden it said, I forget what we were buying, or but we were finally up to where we had been able to afford to get the biggest harvesters and the really cool tractors, the most expensive stuff, and we had our Peterbilt, and we thought we were just really rocking, which we were. And then it said, we went to buy something, and it said, you don't have enough space. And that kind of, that bummed me out. That's right. Jake just said, then we had to decide what we wanted to sell to be able to have room to get stuff that we wanted. And I thought that was, I mean, I get that it's, you know, I, I guess I understand now that it's the limitations of the platform, but uh, having not known much about the game at that time, you know, it just really, it rubbed me the wrong way that we had to, basically make those kinds of choices after we had invested so much time in the game to realize that we couldn't even own uh, anywhere close to even one of everything that was available or whatever. So, yeah. And then shortly after that, it crashed and we lost our game anyways, and and then I guess I started having withdrawals and uh, started Googling around a little bit, and then uh, realized or somehow learned or discovered that in the PC version, you did not have those kind of limitations, and that there were these things called mods. Now it seems crazy thinking back now, but at the time. So yeah, we discovered mods. We discovered Farm Sim on the PC, which is obviously awesome. Uh, for obvious reasons, you don't, as long as you have a PC that's capable, you don't, uh-oh, come on now. As long as you have a capable PC, let's hope we can get out of here. Then, you just don't run into those kind of limitations. So it just so happened that my computer at work was needing to be upgraded anyway, so we started out with the old one from there, and that was right about the time that FS15 was coming out. So we got that, and we put that, and that computer was able to run it. Not perfectly, but it did run it, and we played for quite a bit like that on that computer, and then yeah. And then 8 months ago, I quit smoking after 23 years, and I decided as a treat to myself and a reward after, I think it was after about 5 months or something like that, of not smoking, that we would, the money I was saving on cigarettes, that we would upgrade our gaming PC and get us a real gaming PC that we can play the game on the high graphics setting, the highest graphics setting, and not have any problems, not run out of mods or room to do mods, and courseplay really began to cause problems with our other computer after we had large maps in there, with lots and lots of courses on there. It would take sometimes 10 or 12 minutes for a map just to load, which is kind of crazy, but we would wait through it just to be able to play. But yeah, that's how we. And yeah, my name is Zigzaggy, and I'm an addict. So anyway, yeah, I seriously just said that, Jake. That was an adult joke. The adults will get it. Some of the kids, maybe not so much, but that's okay. So what I'm doing now is just, we put the, we built the supermarket down here, and uh, I didn't really want it to look like it was just sitting in a dirt field, so I thought while I had the planner out and we were prepping the orchard and we're doing sort of background task work at the moment, since Farmer Jake's not playing, that would just go ahead and come down here and leave us a little entry path, and plant some grass so it uh, looks like it belongs here. And if the grass grows too tall, then we might come and cultivate it down so it's not so tall and looks more like a painted grass surface. So I think for the next episode we should be able to, I think we're going to have more beer to sell. I did speed up the game a little bit to 5 so that while I'm doing some of this other stuff, I usually only play on 1 or 5 depending on what's going on. I play on 1 or 5, and then when it gets dark I usually don't like to play it at night, so like it seems a little bit more realistic that at some point most farmers go to bed, and once it gets dark we just go ahead and fast forward to the next morning. So but right now we're on 5, and basically to keep our fields growing, and so we can hopefully get ready to harvest some more wheat and barley. We're going to need it for our beer and to keep our beer production going, to get a little money. We want to buy some trees, and I do still want to buy some more animals, some more cows, and we'll eventually get to pigs, I think. But and that's going to cost money. I don't remember how much the trees are. Seems like they might be like $2,500 a piece, maybe, or well, I guess we could. Let's just take a look. Let's see, are they implaceables? And you know what? Oh yeah. So the cherry trees are 1,300, plums are 1,450, and oranges are 1,600. Yeah. So, with the size of what we got set up over there for the orchard, our cash on hand is going to go quick, and I do want to buy some other trucks before we start investing in the orchard trees. So it'd be good if we have if we got the brewery in full swing, and we got some beer to sell. It is more profitable than I had remembered. So yeah, look at that. I think that looks not too shabby. We got us a little pathway right here, and we got us a lawn now. Did a little landscaping. Excellent. What do you think, Farmer Jake? How's that look? No, that's our driveway. Awesome then, he says. So, I think we're going to let that do for this episode. And so if you like the video, give us a like, or, you know, certainly feel free to give us a comment. We'll take some constructive criticism. And it looks like as we drive in here, look at that one little section. Well, that's odd. We did this field way before we did this field, like in a completely different session. But anyhow, whatever. We got some wheat and barley ready to harvest, which is good. We got some potatoes going, which is good. Uh, like I was saying, if you enjoy the video, feel free to give us a like, or leave us a comment, or subscribe. That would all be awesome. So yeah. Um, I am your host, Zigzaggy, with,
Farm Gate.
and we'll see you on the farm.